I'm starting from John chapter 3, verse 26, and it says, "So John's disciples came to him and said, 'Rabbi, the man you met on the other side of the Jordan River, the one you identified as the Messiah, is also baptizing people, and everybody is going to him instead of coming to us.' John replied, 'No one can receive anything unless God gives it from heaven. You yourselves know how plainly I told you, I am not the Messiah. I am only here to prepare the way for him. It is the bridegroom who marries the bride, and the bridegroom's friend is simply glad to stand with him and hear his vows. Therefore, I am filled with joy at his success. He must become greater and greater, and I must become less and less." And so this was just a revelation to me, and I'm hoping that it's a revelation to you as well, to understand that, you know, the more you develop this relationship with God, the more you get to know him and you understand him, and you understand the different disciples that are in the Bible, and understand the situations that they came across and how they were blessed because of their obedience and following his word. You just see right here how John was basically saying, like, there's no reason to feel almost intimidated by the Messiah, because the Messiah, of course, is Jesus Christ. There's no reason to feel intimidated by him because he's being used by God, you know. And we want to make sure that we are filling ourselves up more and more and more with the Lord, you know, every single day, filling ourselves up with him so that we can be more like him, and we're being less and less of us, less and less of our flesh body, right? And more like him, so that we can walk this earth and be the light on this earth just like him, okay? And so that's basically what John the Baptist was explaining to one of his disciples, you know, like, listen, no one can receive anything unless God gives it from heaven. You know, God has to give it from heaven in order to receive anything. And you must become greater and greater. He must become greater and greater in your life, meaning that you are worshiping him and that he is the greatest in your life, and you must become less and less. And then it goes on to say in John chapter 3, verse 31, "He has come from above and is greater than anyone else. We are of the earth, and we speak of earthly things, but he has come from heaven and is greater than anyone else." Okay, and so this is what John was explaining to his disciple that came to him to understand, you know, the Messiah was brought to us from the heavens, okay? He was brought here directly from heaven. All right. And so he is greater than us. We have to follow him, and we have to do things that he tells us to do. We have to honor him. Okay. Because he is the Son of God. God has crowned him as his son. Okay. And so we have to become more and more like him, more and more like Christ, and less like us. Okay, more and more like Christ and less like us, meaning that we have to get rid of our egos. We have to get rid of judging others based on whatever situation that they have went through, based on the decisions that they make and things like that. You literally have to, if you feel that feeling that you need to judge someone, or you speak ill of someone in a way that is not pleasing to the Lord, in a way that Jesus would not speak about that person, you have to actually go and repent about that, because we want to be less and less of ourselves and more like him. We want him to be greater in our lives. We want him to fill us up, okay, so that we can walk this earth and be more and more like him, and to be the light wherever we go.